Hey, welcome to What's the FIC, where two nerdy librarians, Gina and Meg, discuss everything from literature to movies, gaming, education, anime, manga, and more. All your favorite things you get geeked about, we talk about. Plus, we give you tips on all the latest free resources from the library. So, let's get into the thick of it.
Have you ever heard of the saying that health is wealth? Well, we're going to give you a wealth of information on health and what the library can do to assist you on your journey to better health. So, Gina, can we talk a little bit more about maybe getting into physical health? What are some things we can do to improve our physical health?
Sure. I kind of grew up with health as wealth, as kind of like a key saying for me. So, as far as physical health, I think most of us, when we think of physical health, what we think of exercise, right? And what I love is that there's a ton of things that you can do now that you can pretty much do if you have your own backyard, or maybe you like to go to a park, or maybe you just prefer to be in the comfort of your own home, whatever works for you. So, stretching, which I feel like that's the number one thing some of us miss out on, is a big way that you can kickstart your exercise. So, if you're one of those people who are like, you know what, I'm going to start my health journey today, I'm going to just go out and I'm going to walk, and you don't stretch and you don't warm up and you don't ready your body for that, I think that's like a major mistake. Then you're hurting more than you have to, and I say this from personal experience. You're hurting more than you have to. So please remember to stretch. Walking, I feel like Augusta is a great place for walking. We have like a lot of tracks and stuff. Some people like to go to like the Y, but if you actually go to our Diamond Lakes location out there, that's actually like a really great walking area if you're close to there. Like, so good. I've had people tell me, listen, walk around your parking lot on your lunch break. And different things like that, just to kind of get yourself walking. Uh, Zumba. I know Zumba is really big. I know some people watch it on YouTube. There's even video games for you video gamers out there. There's on Switch, they definitely have some. And I remember a while back, long time ago, Wallace Brands used to do it, but Zumba is a great way of doing it. Um, if you are someone who's older, or if you are like really trying to baby step your way into exercise, silver sneakers. If you've never heard of silver sneakers, they're really great. They basically are an organization that's designed to help those who are older with exercises within their within their range. So things that can help them be active older adults. That's what silver sneakers are. And there is silver sneakers here in Augusta, which is really awesome. The Y, if you go to the Y, I believe you can sign up for silver sneakers. And if you can't get yourself to the Y, on the YouTube, they have a great YouTube page. So it's great. They actually have like whole exercise routines and different things like that that are good for you. Maybe you have trouble with your knees, maybe you have trouble with your back, and you don't necessarily have to be an older adult in order to do that. So it's really great, and I've done a few of them before. So, and and video games, specifically Switch. I know that like Xbox has had stuff in the past, and when I was coming up, I played Revolution as a workout. But now we have games like Ring Fit. We have, which is done really great, Just Dance, super fun, fitness boxing, and Nintendo Sport, which I think when that hit, a lot of people were really excited about it. So we have lots of things that hopefully you have that you can use to kind of get yourself out there and get moving. And it doesn't make it feel like exercise. I'm one of those people, like, I don't want it to feel like exercise. I want to just feel like I'm having fun. And if you need books, then your Augusta-Richmond County Public Library has you on tons of books about exercise, whatever you're looking to. But that's only one part of physical health. Do you know what the other part is, Meg?
Right. So, some other things that you can consider when trying to improve your health is to look at your dietary needs. So, going to the doctor or a dietitian to find out first of all what your needs are, that's so important because there's a lot of times we don't know maybe what may be, we don't want to say necessarily wrong, but things that may treat our body differently than what we thought. And so sometimes going to that doctor and just asking the right questions, and understanding how your body works and how certain foods or things may affect your body can lead you to better health. There's also chances to take nutrition classes. Over the summer, one of our libraries, Freedman Branch Library, actually had a nutrition class that was a 6-week long class that was offered through the UGA extension. And so during those classes, someone came in and basically taught our patrons how to cook and eat healthy meals. And they gave them some free little swag bags, things that could help them, like recipes. And there was also some even cool prizes, like some giveaways for a smoothie maker during that class or that set of classes. So that was a really cool experience. And hopefully we'll offer some more classes like that in the future from ARC libraries. Something else you can kind of consider when thinking about dietary needs is to go to myplate.gov. This is a free website to help you learn about portion sizes and eating healthy. I think one important thing that we don't really consider too much when we are eating is the portion size. A lot of times we don't know how much of a food is really good for us. Sometimes you may eat too much of something and that may affect your physical health, and it could possibly affect your mental health as well. But I think with this resource, My Plate, you can learn what would be appropriate for you to eat. And so that's going to change, so many things about your physical health, having more energy, just being able to get up and come out with a new positive spirit. So, a lot of the books that you might want to consider reading on dietary needs can be found right here at your local ARC library through the Pines catalog. And so you can search for things, some things that are really important and really just popular with our patrons is something like the keto diet. Not sure how to pronounce that, but we're just going to leave it at keto. The renal diet and plant-based diets. There's tons of books on these types of diets, and you can kind of read up on them to make sure, hey, is this something I might want to consider, or is this even something I might want to do? It's also important to ask your doctor, of course, about this type of eating style because you never know how that might affect you personally. Everybody's body is different. So definitely ask your doctors about these books. And you can also check out The Keto Diet by Leanne Vogel. That's one of the books that's in the system currently. The Diet Cookbook by Susan Sogheib. And then Plant You, 140 plus ridiculously easy and amazingly delicious plant-based oil-free recipes by Carly Bodrug. So all of those books are available at your ARCPLS libraries or in the Pines catalog. So you can look those up if you're interested in reading more about those books. And of course, we do have some other things coming up, right, Gina? Like, what are some local wellness things or maybe health things that are local to the CSR area? Can you tell us a little more about that?
Of course. So, of course, we want to tell you about things that you can readily get to and have access to. One of the things is maybe you're into yoga. Um, I have not been one for yoga, but I know a lot of people who find it relaxing and helpful. And there is this space yoga studio, and they actually offer quite a few classes on yoga. And maybe that'll be something that you're looking to do. Maybe you do better with a group or what have you. And maybe that'll be something you enjoy. Uh, Humanitry or Humanitry House. I feel like A lot of people know it. If you don't know it, you need to get to know it. I love Humanity House. They have it's an organic juice bar and art gallery, which means it's absolutely gorgeous in there, and it just has such a really cool vibe. Um, and it's in the cultural corridor of downtown Augusta. So if you have not been there, please treat yourself to that. Their juices are amazing. They're wonderful. They're definitely one of my favorite places in Augusta. Um, let's see. Our next wellness that we want to highlight is Soul Tree. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. LLC. It's a faith-based company, and they offer handcrafted, plant-based health and beauty products for the entire family. And the best part about it is that you can find these at Augusta and Co. So isn't that amazing? Like they're really close. I know some people have been really switching away from, just soaps and beauty products that have like a lot of chemicals and a lot of those other things that maybe your skin is sensitive to and stuff like that. Because, skin health is important too, right? So that is just another bonus for you. Sprouts, the organic grocery store. Sprouts is great. I love going into Sprouts. I love the open atmosphere, and I don't know, I just feel a little healthier just walking in personally. Um, and maybe you wanna go and see things up close for yourself, so you can definitely go to the South Augusta Farmers Market. I love a good farmers market. They're great. They are held on the 2nd Wednesday of each month. And it's just a great place for like the whole family to go. They always have like lots of products and services that are available. And just so many amazing, fresh, healthy, like food options from in the surrounding area or even in the neighborhood. So that's just another really great place. Like, utilize what we have here locally, to help you on your health and wellness journey. So, we've talked about physical health, we've talked about exercise, we've talked about some places that we can go locally, we've talked about dietary needs. So let's move on into another part of health that I feel very strongly about and I think is very important, which is mental health. You can get your body all together and do things like that, but what are you doing for your mind? What are you doing for your stress levels? What are you doing to just take care of yourself mentally as you go about everyday life? So Meg, maybe you can tell us some things that we can be doing to help with our mental health.
Right. So we all go through a time or a period in our lives where we become very stressed. It could be about work, it could be about just life in general. And so, some simple things that you can start with by doing is practicing meditation. Take that time out of your day. If you have a moment, maybe on your lunch break, you can walk outside, take deep breaths in and breathe out. Some simple breathing exercises and meditation can be some simple ways to kind of de stress. You can also try exercising. Exercising is known to relieve stress. So, after work, maybe hit the gym, or if you have a track or a neighborhood that's safe to walk in, go for a jog or just go for a small walk. Sometimes just 15 minutes a day can improve your health. Some other ways to de stress, maybe using creative outlets like baking, cooking, art. It could be even journaling. There's so many different hobbies that you could take up that might help relieve that stress. I know for me personally, something that I like doing is art. I really like drawing, and that helps me kind of get my mind off of things and de stress. And
Mm.
so, just being mindful of those things, taking that time out of the day for yourself to deal with stress. Some other things that people like to have at their workstation, or if you have
Mhm.
an office, you can have a stress ball, or like I said before, just take that simple walk, exercise on your lunch break. Take breaks throughout the day, not just your lunch break, but if you're permitted to on your job to take a 15-minute break, then do that. Sometimes it it's nice to kind of take that moment, get away, especially if you're working in a public sector. You know, take a moment for yourself, breathe, and then come back in and start your day. And so there's some other things that people can deal with for coping. Gina, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. Because life hits us in so many different ways. I think also just coping, whether it's, from lost, it can be, loss of a job, maybe loss of a loved one, or just coping with the stresses of everyday life. I think coping is one of those things that we all try to do and fit in. So some good ways to help with coping are definitely, if you can, get with your community or faith-based groups. Maybe for you, going to Bible study and spending time, with the people of your church is a way. And maybe they have, I know a lot of different churches have like different counseling and other groups that they do to help, with um their patrons that come in. Also, talking to others. Uh, of course, I would definitely say that if you feel like you're someone who needs counseling and therapy, definitely go do that for yourself. That is a part of, I know, self care or just taking care of oneself. Is a big thing, but also you can talk to family, friends. Sometimes you just need to vent. Maybe you just had like a really hard day. Maybe you've been having a really tough time. And if you have friends, family, or therapists that can be there to help you process and go through those things, it makes it a little easier. Um, I'm gonna tell you, I do this one a lot, which is take a break from the news and the media. The news and the media has so much that's going on in the world, locally, distantly. And honestly, sometimes you can make yourself anxious with those things. Sometimes, you feel, I know for me, sometimes like impending doom, I guess you could say. And it's good to take a break from those stimulus just to give yourself a chance to like breathe. Maybe you want to practice some mindfulness in those moments. If you don't know what that is, just basically just being present about where you are at the moment and what you're doing, and trying not to let yourself be overwhelmed by things. So yeah, take a break from media and taking care of self, like we talked about, eating well, resting well, learning more about what your limits are and different things like that. Maybe for you, taking care of self is doing self care. It's that time that you spend to yourself, collecting yourself, getting yourself ready at night or in the morning for your day. Maybe it's the time that you take for prayer, whatever you need to kind of get. I hope that you can hear some of the things that me and Meg said today when it came to mental health. These are just small things. If you feel like you need more resources, of course, your local library has books and things that you can pick up. And also, there's lots of community groups and faith based groups that usually have something posted all over for Augusta-Richmond County. So make sure that you're prioritizing not just your physical health, but your mental health as well. Um, so I would definitely say those are my things. Meg, did you have anything to add?
Yes, and there's actually a program that is being held at the Freedman Branch Library. It's called Tia's Corner. It's held on Saturdays. It started on August 27th and it runs to October 22nd, from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's a free 8-week program of grief support for children who are dealing with grief or experiencing crisis of loss. And this is for ages 6 through 18. And again, this is at our Freedman Branch Library. So that's one of the programs that our library system has, that's in place. We work with community partners in order to have these programs at the library. So if this is something that maybe you know someone who could benefit from this program, be sure to call Freeman Branch Library and sign up.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. We did say we had books, so we're going to give you all some books real quick. The book I have to give you is Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and Break Bad Ones by James Clear. So, this book is about forming good habits and different things like that, which I probably could use this book myself. I always think of like for those of you who actually participate in Lent every year. A lot of people are always they're telling you, if you want to break a habit or begin a habit, you should do it during Lent because it helps you be more disciplined. And if Lent lasts quite a while, right? So if you can usually get it within that time, then you can form that habit or break that habit. And this book is just one of those examples of like talking about what forms habits, good practices that you can have to help you form them, and how you can break the other ones, and just learning those behaviors that build up to habit forming. So that's one of the books that we have in Pines. And I think we have one more book, right, Meg?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So another book is called Burnout: The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle by Emily Nagoski. And in this book, you'll learn what you can do to complete the biological stress cycle and return your body to a state of relaxation. It also talks about how to manage and monitor in your brain how to regulate your emotions, emotions of frustration. So those, I think, are some good things that you can read that can help you de-stress and understand how, things may trigger stress for you.
Okay. Putting that on the to be read list.
Now, what other activities might we have coming up, Gina, that we can talk about for our listeners?
Well, I know we were talking about stress and things, and one of the things that I enjoy doing is indulging in my hobbies. So maybe we have some Star Wars fans out there. And if we do, then you gonna know that coming up in October is Star Wars Reads Day, which we're very excited about because it'll be in person this year at the headquarters library on Telfair Street in downtown Augusta. So, if you don't know what Star Wars Read Day is, it's an annual event that celebrates all things Star Wars and all things literature. And of course, just like every year, we have a fantastic lineup. This year, we have Justina Ireland, who will be joining us as our special guest. I am so excited. I might not be a big Star Wars fan, but I am definitely a Justina Ireland fan. She is known for writing Dread Nation, which is amazing. Go read it. And many other YA and juvenile Star Wars franchise books. Um, Many of them, which of course are available right here in Augusta-Richmond County Public Libraries. There's gonna be other amazing things going on like story times, cosplay, games, prizes, and artist alley, and just so much more. And of course, it's all free. It's free, so definitely come out. I think it's from 11. Yes, it's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on October 15th. Make sure you come out and support and enjoy Star Wars Reads Day.
Yes, yes. I am ready for Star Wars Reads Day. That's going to be coming up, and it's going to be a good time. So, if you're into Comic Cons, like, that's a great thing to come to. So, and it's free. That's the greatest part, right? Yep. So be sure to check out more programming from the library by visiting our website at arcpls.org. And you know what we always say, we've got the FIC.
So stick with us. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Tune in for new episodes every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. If you like hanging with your friendly, nerdy librarians, follow our library on Facebook at ARCPLS or on Instagram and Twitter at AugustaGALib. Like we always say, we've got the fit, so stick with us.